It's 1 week until we start T25, and other than exercise, we have to get our nutrition under control. And frankly, John and I, and you feel free to speak, honey, John and I's problem is not going to be exercising, it's going to be eating right. We have bad eating habits going again, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of how we just shopped. Yes, we cleaned out the potato chips, the processed like white breads. What else did we get out of the kitchen that we just had to get rid of?
Old leftovers from restaurants and pizza.
You know, all the stuff that's processed, basically, that's what you have to try to stay away from, and try to eat whole foods. Now, up the section of the middle of the table, just some quick ideas on what kind of whole foods you're going to want to try to eat. And I want to say before I even start, 3 weeks. You're going to struggle for 3 weeks to get your nutrition online, and then it's going to change, and you are going to crave only these things. Yes, it's true, right, honey?
Yes.
It is true. Your taste buds will change. Right now, I'm still craving my sugars and my fats as much as I don't want to, but it's because I've been being bad. Okay, down here with lettuces. I want to let you know about lettuces. You can use iceberg lettuce, but it's better to use like romaine lettuce or baby leaf lettuces. So go for the baby leaves, go for the romaine, mix in some iceberg, whatever you have to do, but that's the better lettuces to use for your salads. You can also top your salads with things like raw sunflower seeds. Now, yes, we hit Raisin Rack. We have a little Whole Foods type place here in Canton, thank goodness, and you probably do wherever you live. Get some of this what do you call it? This nuts, more natural stuff.
Raw.
Anything, I'm saying like from the whole food type place. Yes. You need some of this stuff versus what you find in the regular supermarket.
Stay away from the toasted, roasted, salted, those type things.
Yeah, you can throw pretty much as much of this on your salad as you want. It gives you the crunch, satisfies the crouton feel that you might need, and you'll get very used to it. Next thing is brown rice. Get rid of white rice. You don't want to eat that. This is a basic staple in good eating. Get some brown rice, you cook it up, right now I have about 4 cups cooked in the fridge, ready to go for all kinds of dishes. And one of those dishes is like stir fry. Now you can buy them where the stir fry stuff is all ready to go. And I'm going to show you some things we stir fry in the end, but make it simple. I know you all work, that's just how it is, but brown rice and some of this on top and you've got an excellent meal. Tuna, I don't eat, but John does. Good way to what, John?
Yes, good with your protein. If you've got a salad and you want to put some protein on it, you don't have chicken or you're tired of chicken, just get you one of those cans of tuna, take it to work with you, and put it right on top, mix it in. Real good to go. This
might look a little gross, but we actually make our own salad dressings. We learned them in a Beachbody's Ultimate Reset, how to make a Greek salad dressing, and also what is that? Garlic something. Couple really good salad dressings. If you want the recipes, tell me, because this is a way healthier way to go. Very easy, throw in the blender stuff. It's good. Low-fat cottage cheese is a goodie. Anytime you're around dairy, you want to keep your dairy down during this time, but I got to have some. Pork roast and sauerkraut in the crock pot. Can you throw something in the crock pot in the morning before you go? Stay away from red meats as much as possible, but a chunk of pork with some sauerkraut, and that's an excellent healthy meal. You'll come home and it's all set to go. Your pasta. You got to kind of avoid the white pastas right now, but if you're going to have spaghetti, try to go for the whole wheat. Get your spaghetti or lasagna in the whole wheat version. That's way better. That's a simple substitution. Honestly, once you get your sauce and stuff on there, you're not going to notice. You're not going to notice that it's whole wheat. It's all good. These are delicious. Veggie burgers. I never thought I would like a veggie burger, but they make them that they're like flavored. Like these are not just tofu or soybean flat out. They're flavored where once you fry them up on your grill, you will be extremely satisfied. Just do not put the cheese on, right? Right,
no cheese, and you have to use oil or olive oil when you fry them up because there's no grease in them, there's no fat in them. So you got to make sure you spray your pan with some Pam or something, or use olive oil to grease your pan.
Don't say no to them until you try them. The other thing we do pretty much at work all the time for lunch is one of these. A Smart One or a Lean Cuisine. It's not so much that what's in it is so grand, it's that the portion is controlled down to a size that you'll feel satisfied and you'll be on your way. You've kept it under 300 calories for lunch. It's the way to go. If you can just microwave every day and do this, I believe this was key to us really losing weight. Yeah, that was key to us when we lost our weight, because we didn't go to that cafeteria and we didn't go out to eat. No. We went and microwaved it, and it satisfied us. Yep. Vegetables. If you can't get like fresh ones, get frozen ones versus canned. Get away from the canned stuff. If you have canned stuff to use up, what I do is I open up my cans and then I rinse them in water. Rinse everything in your cans off with water. That'll get a lot of the salt off. before you eat them. But then go to your frozens instead. They taste better too. You'll like them. Not that much more work. Again, I don't do fish, but these are single, inside the tilapia, it's all single serving things in there. So, you know, John does those. Yeah,
real simple, you know, olive oil on them, put some seasoning on them, pull them out of the broiler in 2 minutes. You got yourself a great fish meal there.
Yeah,
so awesome.
And they're individual servings in there, so they're in the little sealed packets. Okay, oatmeal's awesome. You can throw your blueberries in it or whatever. You know, we got our label right on there. 2 scoops, there's a scoop in there. Da, 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 da. 2 scoops of that plus half a cup of water, zapped in the microwave for 2 minutes, and we have oatmeal ready to go. It fills you up. Oatmeal is like lead on the stomach. Good for you. Throw some blueberries or bananas on it. You're good to go. I'm going to sneak in. No, I'm going to wait. I'll show them agave nectar in a minute. Okay, your eggs. You don't have to eat the yellows. Buy these egg beaters. Keep it simple. And then when you want eggs, just fry up these egg whites. In our nutrition guide for T25, for those of you doing T25, lots of egg recipes. And, you know, go for the egg whites.
They use a whole one plus a lot of whites. So if you want to use one whole egg, and then instead of, you know, throwing away all your yolks, get some egg beaters, get some whites.
Now, we mix with our Shakeology. I got some alcohol back here. Excuse me. Let's look at our drinks. I want to talk about drinks. Okay, first of all, this is our 32-ounce water container. John and I both haul these around with us all day. But once we drink 3 of these, we've got our water intake in. That's over 90 ounces of water. So that gives us our half of our body weight in ounces of water. And honestly, it's not that bad. Just 3 of those a day and it's in. So we also have in our kitchen a water cooler, a 5-gallon water cooler, because we don't like our tap water. And that was simple too. You might want to think about getting one of those. And then we just fill the 5-gallon jug up for 1/4 gallon. Okay, Shakeology, I want to go there. Of course, everybody's drinking their shake every day. If you're not, you should get on it. You can't beat, everything on this table is nothing compared to what's in that glass of Shakeology a day. I mix mine with water usually every day. John likes his with almond milk. And if you get the unsweetened, see there, it's only got 30 calories in a serving. The unsweetened is good. Another thing we're playing around with is we found these little individual serving coconut waters to mix with our Shakeology. John's more of a fan of these fruit flavors than I am. And what else do we mix in? Sometimes skim milk. Skim milk is good too. Okay, let me talk to you about my alcohol. I want to, if you, not that you have to start drinking, but if you like to have a drink now and again, why don't you avoid the margaritas and the daiquiris and the sugary things and all that, and just use a straight up alcohol with some juice of your choice, like pineapple juice or cranberry juice, maybe a light cranberry juice. Really, you can cut back on a lot of calories if you're selective about what you drink in alcohol, not the beer, you know. Try to go for a mixed drink instead. Now, I don't know where this came from. Of course, I don't have any alcohol in my house, but, you know, it showed up. Okay, let's go over here. Snacking is key. So that was just a little idea about, like, some easy foods to replace to get started. But you have to, the main thing that's going to kill you on your new eating is if you get hungry and you don't have something you can grab. That's when you make the bad choice. Here's some stuff we have that we grab. Big, giant pickle. I usually have a big jug of these, and honestly, a big dill pickle is just delicious to me. I don't know if you like pickles, there you go. These little guys are lifesavers too. These 90-calorie Special K bars, we buy them all the time in all kinds of flavors. They're not 100% like natural and all that great, but they are a wonderful, chewy, sweet thing when you need it that's going to keep you from going crazy. Oh, hopefully you're a fruit eater. Apples, peaches, bananas, you name it, cherries. We always have a lot of fruit. Unfortunately, Beth doesn't eat that. That's John. I just hate fruit, and it's really sad. Now, the kind of fruit I do like is canned, and this no sugar stuff, no sugar added stuff that Del Monte makes is good. It has Splenda in it, but at least you get rid of all the sugar calories. And I've become a huge fan of the Greek yogurt. So if you like Greek yogurt, the 0-calorie, plain Greek yogurt, you can throw stuff like this together, and to me that's just as good as a candy bar. So you got to play around and find that thing that you can eat that's not going to throw your entire new eating habits off. Peanut butter. You know, probably your grocery store now you can blend your own. We have almond butter and peanut butter. When you're desperate for, sometimes your body just needs more meat and you'll just feel that need for protein. You'll feel it sometimes, like because you're exercising hard and you just know you need it. Get a tablespoon of this and just eat it. It's honestly a very good snack. Yes, peanut butter has a lot of fat in it. It's good fat and it's not going to kill you. It's way better than going off your good eating. So I keep peanut butter handy This is my late night go-to. When I'm hungry and it's 10 o'clock at night, this is still bad, but this is not as bad as what I could do. And it's very satisfying. It'll fill you right up. Big tablespoon of peanut butter. Okay, nuts. Nuts are really good sources of fat, and you can eat them, and they give you a crunch. A lot of times when you're trying to eat healthy, you lose crunchy stuff. You lose breads and you lose crunchy stuff. That tends to be what goes. Nuts give that satisfaction. Raw nuts are always best, so if you can buy raw almonds, they're probably one of the best types of nuts you can get. A handful of those, gonna do you good. John likes that turkey jerky, beef jerky and turkey jerky, so we'll go and get that. And he keeps that around.
It's low in fat and high in protein, so just stay with the strict stuff. Try to stay away from the sugared, which is hard for me, the honey and the barbecued and those types, because they'll be a little bit lower in your protein, a little bit higher in your carbs. So try to stick straight jerky.
Another thing that's not like super good, but again, when you need something and you're at that moment you're going to crash and burn if you eat like a whole cow, is like Jellos. I have sugar-free pudding and sugar-free Jello. Go grab one of those. It's very sweet because of the sweeteners that are in there that are not necessarily natural, but it saves you sometimes, and that's what matters. This is real life. The other thing I want to say is we love the Kettle Corn instead of the buttery stuff, and this Pop Secret Kettle Corn is 100 calories in a whole bag, and that's like very filling. So you get 100 calories, pop down a little bag of Pop Secret Kettle Corn, and that can like fill you up and take away a lot of cravings. So a nice salt, of course, that's a good salty taste. You gotta be able to go quick for those cravings, guys. Okay, now I want to show you some things that you're going to grow up to. Now, some of you might already be really good healthy eaters. John and I were not. For 46 years, we never thought about good food or what good food was until we started to get in shape. And then we did the Ultimate Reset, which is a really great 3-week program that taught us a lot about new foods and things to eat. And I want to show you just some of the first things you might want to start to incorporate that are not quite on the main path. I'm going to start with some of these grains back here. I think this one is quinoa, and quinoa is just a grain you cook up just like you would rice, and this is millet, another grain, and these are sources of protein. Am I saying that right? And so instead of like some of your meats, this gives you a good source of protein. Again, you can make it up kind of bulk and throw it in the fridge, and then throw other things with it, like the quinoa. I literally will throw some pasta sauce on, and it gives me a feeling like I'm eating a bowl of pasta, but it's protein. Millet, more like a rice type thing. So there's grains and things out there that are really good for you that you can grow up to as you get better at eating. For crunch is a big deal. We found these Flaxseed Chips at our raisin rack, again, which is like a Whole Foods store. You kind of just have to hunt around. You can find better types of chips and things in your chip aisle pretty much in any grocery store now. You have to look at the labels. Flaxseed is always an excellent one. If you see something with flaxseed in it, look for whole grain things, wheat grain things, and just check the back of your box and look for the stuff with the least carbs possible. That's about the best you can do, but sometimes you gotta crunch. You can't have life without something to crunch on. Okay, PB2. This is a peanut butter substitute, and if you are a person that likes, which way, honey?
Open it up.
He said he can't see it. Oh, he wants to see it. Oh, it's powder. It's nothing to see really, but powdered peanut butter. It takes away almost all the calories and gives you all that peanut butter taste. If you like peanut butter in your chocolate Shakeology, like I do, this is what you want instead of that tablespoon of peanut butter. I buy it on Amazon, so you can get it there probably the cheapest, but our Whole Foods store in town sells it too, a GNC, something like that.
Yeah,
sells
GNC
PB2.
sells it $5.
Yep, so get PB2. If you're using peanut butter in your shake, get rid of all the calories and keep the taste with PB2. It's awesome. Okay, Himalayan Salt. You know, there's been a lot of talk about moving to sea salt. A lot of people use sea salt now instead of regular table salt. This is even a step above that. Himalayan salt is awesome. It's pink. You can find it pretty much any store now, and you don't have to buy this giant tube of it. This is really big. But get yourself some Himalayan salt instead of regular salt. This, of course, you can see it looks like Worcestershire sauce. It tastes like Worcestershire sauce. It's liquid aminos, and it is a healthy substitute you can find probably at your Whole Foods type store. But get liquid aminos and use it just like you would Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce, and you'll be completely satisfied with the taste, and it's actually good for you. The other thing we stay away from is salt, other than Himalayan salt, but we use flavorings like Mrs. Dash that has just any kind of, all sorts of different spices in there. And John always uses special things on his chicken or his fish that he's cooking. That you've seen these McCormick ones, Grill Masters. You can get those anywhere. So this is great stuff to help flavor up your food. The other thing we've learned is Agave Nectar. We use this in our oatmeal. It's a lot like honey. It's between honey and maple syrup. It would be what I would say, somewhere in between there. Agave Nectar is, you probably want to get the organic raw blue agave nectar. You'll see all kinds of it now. It's actually becoming pretty popular. You'll find it in most stores, but look for organic raw.
Yeah, look for the raw. You'll have amber, you'll have other things, but you want to get the stuff that hasn't been filtered, so that's your raw version.
Yeah, it got that consistency like syrup or honey, and it gives that sweetness. So if you got a sweet tooth like I do, this is a big help a lot of times on a lot of foods. Yogurt, you can throw this on yogurt. You can throw this on anything you throw honey on. Then the other thing we've learned is that there's a whole bunch of oils besides olive oil. Well, first of all, we got off the vegetable oil. Learned to just eat and cook with EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. The next thing is we found out about these vinegars and oils galore, and I just pulled a few out of the cupboard. Rice wine, we got rice vinegar, we got wine vinegar up there. Some toasted sesame oil. Is this the coconut oil? Which it's actually like solidified until you heat it up. But little bits of this stuff in your stir fry and anything you're cooking, and you will get restaurant quality and flavoring in your food. It's amazing. So there's all kinds of different oils and wine and vinegars to use. Anyway, that's it. You got to be ready to eat a little better. Get the white meats going, the chicken, pork, fish. Get the grains straightened out to the brown grains, the wheat grains. Get rid of all processed things like chips and breads. And then you gotta have snacks ready that are gonna satisfy you. And in those first 3 weeks, when you feel you need something, you hit that snack. You hit it hard. And don't try to deny yourself so bad, or you'll fall off the wagon. And the idea is to stay on the wagon until your taste buds change. And in 3 weeks, I promise you, in 3 weeks you will be changed. But you have to stick through it and run through those first 3 weeks, right, Mr. Rivers?
That's right.
Yeah. So that was just a little bit about some food. Get in touch with us about any questions you have, and we're always willing to share everything we can. We are amateurs at this. We're just people like you who learned how to lose weight. We've popped a few back on because we've been bad, and now it's our turn to get back on the bandwagon too. So we're right there with you. We're not ahead of you, trust me. We're right there with you. Okay. Talk to you soon.